Good evening, it's your girl Meya's Coins, cooking up some spaghetti tonight. I've got my onions sauteing. I'm getting ready to saute my mushrooms, and we're going to get that all together and put it into the sauce. The sauce is homemade from cans. Got my water boiling, got the onions already frying, so we can get everything into this sauce. My condiments I have on deck, I have a natural blend, no salt Miss Dash. Then I have the table blend, no salt Mrs. Dash. Then we have some garlic powder, no salt seasoning. We've got some lemon pepper and some chopped onions. And butter is what I'm using to fry the onions and the mushrooms. Once they're done, we're going to stick them into my homemade sauce. Doing a voiceover because the oven fan came on and it was way too loud. So I'm going to do the voiceover and hope it all comes out okay. As far as my sauce, I used 2 cans of tomato paste. I cut up 3 large onions and a cup and a half of water. I get that stirring and simmering and cooked all down, and then I'm going to add in the sauteed onions and sauteed mushrooms. We will be adding ground beef to this spaghetti this evening, but not too much, but just enough, because I have a lot of mushrooms which will take over the meaty taste. But we haven't had we haven't had spaghetti in a very long time, so this is a treat for us this evening. Now I've put the portobello mushrooms into the skillet with the sauteed onions. I have to cook those down for a little while before I can add them into the sauce. They're cooking really well. I'm also going to put a little basil in there and a little parsley flakes. Those are the 2 ingredients I forgot to grab, but I did get them, so I can add those to the pot. Now the portobello mushrooms have cooked down, looking very tasty. They're sauteed really nicely. And I'm going to I already added the spinach spaghetti into the pot. It's got to cook for about 15 minutes. And now we're going to go ahead and put our sauteed mushrooms into the sauce. They are ready. And I like to just scoop them out and put them in the simmering pot. They're not too oily. I did cook with butter, so butter doesn't leave a large amount of oil on the mushrooms or the onions, because the mushrooms actually sucked up the butter, so it makes it even better because everything tastes better with butter. And I use a non-salt butter. And then when I cook the pasta, I use the little jar you saw there of coconut oil, so my pasta doesn't stick. Now you see me seasoning the ground beef. Now the ground beef, it looks like I'm over seasoning the ground beef, but I am not. I only season one side of the ground beef, and then I mix it all together. So it looks a little heavy on one side, but that's because I only put it on one side and I put it all together. So now the ground beef is cooking up real nicely. We've already got our mushrooms and our onions into that pot. We got our spaghetti noodles going. Look at that green spaghetti. That's because it's spinach spaghetti. A lot more healthier for you than just regular flour spaghetti. They add spinach to it. It's a little more healthy for you than regular pasta. So that's got to cook up a little bit. And then I'm going to get ready to drain my meat, because I'm from the old school. I do not like putting oily meat into my spaghetti. I don't like greasy spaghetti. So what I do is I put a couple of bags, some paper towel on the bottom of the bags, and then I put the strainer on top. And then what I do is put the meat inside the strainer to collect all that oil and grease. Alright, got this meat in the strainer, and I like to press it. You see all that oil? So I try to press as much of that oil out as possible. It goes out through the side holes there. So I try to get out as much oil as possible. It's not going into my spaghetti. And then the paper towels at the bottom, it's collecting all that oil right there. So that's what I like to do. Do y'all do that for your spaghetti? I just don't like oily spaghetti. Press the oil out. Get all that oil. Get that oil out. That's the bad part. Everybody thinks that's the fat. That's a good stuff. But no, that's the bad part. It clogs up your arteries. So we're going to get that all out of the spaghetti meat. We don't eat meat often, so when we do eat meat, I make sure it's like clean. I don't want extra in it, like extra oils and stuff, extra fat. So I put a lot of mushrooms, a lot of onions, and a lot of tomatoes in the sauce. Sweet. A little more press, you see a little more oil down. A little more presses. So that's about it. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now I can add my meat to my sauce. Make sure the sauce isn't burning. No burning there. Alright, I get turned down on low. And simmering for about 30 minutes. So I need both hands to put the meat into the sauce, and I'll do that. Somebody racing down the street. Alright, so now we have the meat in the sauce. And if y'all can't tell, I like more stuff than I do sauce. So I like more meat, more veggies. I like to have a thick sauce. So my meal is complete with just my sauce. And then the noodles is just extra. The noodles are just extra. Look at that. Thick and rich. Oh, yeah, it smells so delicious. James Green said, what you do? Yeah, you know what I do. You know, some homemade spaghetti. He said he likes my sauce. So I like to do. He don't like store-bought sauce. Alright, now. Let me get the noodles. Now, I don't know how you guys test your noodles, but as a kid, I used to test my noodles by throwing them against the wall. I don't do that anymore. Now I have to taste them. They're a little at them too. Still, I like to make them mushy for rain, so I'll give it a couple more minutes. So I'm still laid out on my cutting board. We're going to be able to eat in a few minutes. We are going to be able to eat. I like the noodles just how they are right now, but they got to be a little bit softer for that. I'll be back. Ooh, that sauce looks good. Gotta blow the noodles. Gotta test the noodles. Perfect. Mushy for granny. There's the noodles draining. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Get all the water off of it. Plater, the first round of spaghetti. Don't ask ask me why. It's one of my things, like when you first make spaghetti, I don't like it all mixed up. I want my spaghetti out like this and then scoop the sauce on top. Weird, I know, that's just weird. But that's how I like to do it. And then what's left over, I'll mix together in the pot. And I don't know if that's because I just want all the good stuff. Like I just want all the good stuff or what, but that's James's plate, my plate, and Granny's plate. We put a little bit more on my plate. A little more noodles. Because I'm hungry. I just had ceviche for lunch, so I didn't have no bread, no pasta. This is going to be the first time I had pasta in a very long time. Wow. Alright, I'll be right back. And my finished product. Awesome. My plate and Granny's plate. James already took his plate. He's got time for me to get a recording this for him. Get that. What'd you say? It's not like regular spaghetti? No, it's not heavy because I make it light. I make it healthy. This is Mia's Coins in the kitchen. I'm out. I forgot to show y'all how I mix it up after I'm done. Look at my hands and those gloves. That's the pot.